Hey, friends! Everybody loves cartoons for Christmas, am I right? Well, I found a few for you that probably slipped under the radar while Santa was distracting NORAD. So let's take a look, shall we? First up is Christmas Every Day from 1986. Pretty sure this aired on CBS back in the day. Christmas Every Day was based on a children's book by William Dean Howells. In this one, we hear the story of how this dopey little girl wishes it were Christmas every day, and her fairy godmother stupidly grants her wish, making life a living hell for everyone in the world. See, Christmas one day a year is cool, but every day of the year means you gotta buy presents and decorate and everything every single day. And not only that, but it means listening to Mariah Carey Christmas songs all year round. Screw that! In the cast, Miriam Flynn appeared in several National Lampoon Vacation movies as Cousin Catherine. Edie McClurg has done a lot of voice work over the years and played a car rental employee in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But perhaps the only real star in this is Nancy Cartwright, who, just 3 years later, went on to voice Bart Simpson and other characters in the Simpsons cartoon series. Here, she has a small role where she voices a little girl. This art style? Gotta admit, it's not my cup of Ovaltine, but that's mostly personal preference. I'm just not a fan. But at least it's a different style from what we usually see, and you may remember it or enjoy it. No doubt it's been released on VHS at some point, but I could only find it on YouTube. Next up, a favorite of mine. This one hails from Canada. It's none other than 1977's A Cosmic Christmas from Nelvana Studios. In this one, 3 aliens who resemble the 3 wise men descend on a town in Canada to learn the meaning of Christmas. They meet a little boy and his pet goose, who endeavor to show the aliens what Christmas is all about, without much luck at first. There's a goofy gang of kids here that are ostensibly the bad guys, I guess. Dig that pure 1970s bike, man. And the kid's grandmother, this old biddy, who looks like she ought to have a Tweety bird. The aliens move in a strange way, sort of dissolving from pose to pose. I'd never seen that in a cartoon before this one, and I never forgot it. And A Cosmic Christmas has always been a personal favorite of mine, as I say. I don't know if it holds up today compared to other stuff, but I still like it. There are no real big names here. One of the cast who contributed additional voices, Marion Waldman, wrote an episode of The Star Lost, so much for fame. However, Duncan Rieger is in this. He plays one of the aliens. He went on to play Dracula in The Monster Squad. The thing that gets me about this one is that the characters all seem to be part of a larger universe, as if they'd been in other things, but so far as I can tell, they never really appeared in anything else. Not cartoons, not comic books, nothing. Which is kind of a shame, really, since they seem so well defined. You'd almost think this was an installment of the running cartoon series, but it wasn't. None other than George Lucas was so impressed by A Cosmic Christmas, he asked Nelvana to make a short animated segment for the Star Wars Holiday Special. The result was the animated segment that introduced Boba Fett. They later worked on Inspector Gadget and cartoon versions of droids, Ewoks, and Beetlejuice, and the company is still going strong today. As for Cosmic Christmas, I have this on VHS, but It isn't anywhere else. It's never been put on DVD, so far as I can tell. Amazon Prime lists it, but it either isn't available or they want you to subscribe to some weird channel I'm not interested in if you want to watch a decent print of it. Again, I had to turn to YouTube. You can find A Cosmic Christmas there, but be advised, some offerings have been monkeyed with so they can avoid copyright claims and stuff in more mid-roll ads. Super annoying. The one I finally watched is more complete, but it's a low-res version, so there you go. It really is a crime against cartoons and Christmas that A Cosmic Christmas is not more readily available. Finally, we have a real treat, a cartoon that is readily available on VHS, DVD, and Amazon Prime. 1974's The Gift of Winter. In this one, the story takes place in a time before there was any snow, so winter was always gray and dreary and kinda crappy. So a group of citizens decide to travel to the Ministry of Winter and ask them to make winter nicer. But it looks like they won't make it home in time for Christmas. The Gift of Winter is a real hoot, very much a product of its time and very memorable. This one was also made in Canada and stars several future name brands. We have both Dan Aykroyd and Gilda Radner. This was pretty much the first television credit for both comedians who would soon become famous on Saturday Night Live. We also have Valerie Bromfeld. She was part of a comedy duo with Aykroyd on the Comedy Club circuit, and she did her stand-up act on the first episode of SNL. She worked on Head of the Class, Popples, Kids in the Hall, and Grace Under Fire, just to name a few things. There was a sequel of sorts made in 1978, a Halloween special called Witches' Night Out. It has some of the same characters, but the animation is much more polished. A drawback, if you ask me, and honestly, this one isn't very good. The Gift of Winter is a very simple production. The animation is very scribbly and organic. I love that. No one makes cartoons like this today, which is a real shame. Watching The Gift of Winter and even A Cosmic Christmas, you sort of feel like something went out of the world when animators all started switching to the digital tools. Sure, they're faster, they're cheaper, but still, both of these cartoons are super creative too, and they have an energy, a charm, a sense of wonder sorely missing from most cartoons made today. I heartily recommend you check out at least these two. More Christmas action is on the way, so I'll see you in the next one.